Welcome to Student Symposium, Connecting Expo to SDGs, Future Society with Unity. Thank you everybody for showing interest and coming to the event. After the big amount of preparation needed, we are happy to finally able to see the start. For the first part, we will introduce some of the people that made all this impossible in first place. After that, we will have our guests from different groups present about various topics, what they're major in or what they're interested in. In the end, if time's allowed, we will enter free talk, a segment where everyone can ask questions or share comments. The moderation throughout the entire event will be done by us too. My name is Jinu Park, Asian member from South Korea, bachelor second grader of Osaka University.
Hello, and I'm Daniel, third year computer science student from Germany, currently doing a year abroad at Osaka University, and also a member of ATUN. This event is in big part organized by ATUN. Let's listen to the opening remarks from Nakajima, the representative of ATUN. Let's get the representative on stage, if you would.
Hello everyone. I'm Masahiro Nakajima. You can call me as Masa because my name is kind of complicated and hard to say it. And yeah, by the way, I'm a second year student and I'm majoring in Filipino at Osaka University. And I'm the representative of ATUN. Thank you so much. From my speech, I would like to introduce about the purpose and the outline of the holding this symposium, and I would like to introduce about unity. Hope you all could share or get the ideas or opinions on the theme of today's symposium and interact with each other. First, I would like to share the purpose of today's symposium. The purpose of holding the student symposium is that to raise students' voice about what they want to contribute to the society. And I believe that sharing those ideas with people around the world who have different backgrounds, nationalities, values, and opinions are really important. Also, and so we put the theme for this symposium as connecting to SDGs, connecting Expo to SDGs, Future Society with Unity. The Expo 2025 Osaka Kansai Japan is positioned as a platform achieving the SDGs 17 goals in 2030. There are connections between Expo 2025 and SDGs. However, it is hard to come up with how we as students should represent to show the achievement of SDGs 17 goals in Expo 2025. Especially for today's symposium, we would like to have an opportunity to talk about how students could contribute to the achievement of SDGs and to society, and what they could do at the Expo 2025. Yep. And today, we invited students around the world who would like to speak up how to contribute to society as a presenter. As I said, sharing ideas from people who have different backgrounds and nationalities and values is really important. And so we invited presenters from the Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia from online, and OIST from Okinawa, and as well as Japanese students who belong to their respective student organization, as you can see below, as you can see on the screen. And so we invited exchange students and students from abroad. We would like to hold this symposium in English. These presenters are students who have participated in one of the ATUN's projects and trying together to achieve our goals or students who we encountered in different events and having different ideas to achieve their respective goals. Also, we have held online interaction towards the symposium for twice before to interact with each other and shared what's different and common for each of us based on the idea of unity. And from now on, I would like to introduce partially about unity from now. We define unity as a society where people respect others from diverse backgrounds. We believe that realizing the unity is Atrium's goal and to achieve one of the SDGs 17 goals. Also, I believe that the idea of unity is so important that could lead to a fundamental solution in any cases. If people could not have connection between them or would not respect with each other, we would simply have bad feelings and get stressed, which may lead to a vicious cycle. And eventually, this would cause problems such as war and discrimination and so on. So people should cooperate to solve the problems. That's why realizing the unity is really important in these days. And so for today's symposium, I believe that there will be different ideas and opinions on how to realize the unity in the society. Since there are different presenters who have in different backgrounds and nationalities, we may get different ideas and perspectives on the theme we have today. It's so much exciting to have listen to their ideas. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Masa, for your opening remarks. I think this has given us quite a good impression of what we are here for today. And, well, thank you very much. Next up, as a second opening remarks, we have a video message by Mr. Kawahara, and he's sent us a video.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm Genta Kawahara, an Executive Vice President of Global Engagement at Osaka University. I welcome all of you to this Student Symposium on Connecting Expo to SDGs, Future Society with Unity. At Osaka University, I'm also in charge of SDGs and World Exposition related activities. Therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to briefly talk about and World Exposition. I'm going to share my slide. This is the Osaka University's challenge, the value of life. We believe universities will become a force for change in society. In this activity, we are promoting research and education to protect life, connect life, and nurture life. Here, life does not mean just a human life, but it is ubiquitous life, including nature. Through these activities, we are tackling societal issues, as shown here, together with a wide variety of stakeholders. And these issues are, of course, closely relevant with United Nations SDGs. In these activities, Social Solutions Initiative and Research Center on ethical, legal, and social issues at Osaka University play a key role. This is a basic vision of our activities. Before the year of SDGs at 2030, the World Exposition Osaka Kansai, Japan will be held in 2025. Towards this significant milestone, Osaka University will organize a conference series that is Inochi Forum. And in this forum, we are planning to discuss a future society with more respect for lives. And here, Inochi implies ubiquitous life. And in this Inochi Forum, Osaka University students and wide variety of stakeholders will discuss a future society where no one is left behind. And we deeply consider how to achieve the sustainable future for us. And on the occasion of World Exposition, we will declare the statement on our sustainable future. That is Inochi Declaration. And this Inochi Forum, we largely expect active participation of young generation. We believe that the World Exposition should be a significant opportunity to foster young generation playing a key role in our sustainable future. Therefore, I would be very grateful if you would be interested in this Inochi Forum and you would participate in our activity. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much to Mr. Kawahara for the video message. He's put on some very important points and the Inochi Forum as well. Now, since this is quite a big event and that not just for Etude, we have a variety of very special guests that we're very honored to have here. So we'd like to introduce one-on-one the special guests today. So the first guest I want to greet is Mr. Tanaka, the Executive Director and Vice President of Osaka University, which has not yet arrived and maybe not arrived. Second, Mr. Kawahara, the Board of Directors member and Vice President of Osaka University. Is he? Next up, Mr. Dome, the member of Expo Promotion Committee. Next up, Ito, Mr. Ito, sorry, the member of Social Solution Initiative, the SSI, which has not arrived. Mr. Shindo, sorry, the member of Expo Promotion Committee of Osaka University. Mr. Sakai, the Director General of Momentum Fostering Bureau. Mr. Maeda, the Vice President of JAIR. And last, Mr. Ueno, the Expo J-Tour Lab Advisor and Professor at Creative City Network in Japan. Now, with these variety of guests, I look forward to hearing some words from Mr. Sakai, if you would come to the front.
Hi, and today I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the grand openings on the Student Symposium, Connecting Expo to SDGs, Future Society Created with Unity. I would also like to express my deepest respect to everyone, including Eichun of 2025 Japan International Expo Promotion Committee of Osaka University, who worked hard to hold this symposium. Don't let the World Expo be a temporary event, not only during the period of the Expo, but also before the Expo. We will promote the achievement of the Expo theme through co-creation and pass it on as a legacy even after the Expo ends. With this goal, Japan Association for 2025 World Exposition is taking on the challenge of the first initiative in the history of the World Expo to communicate the themes of the Expo 2025 Osaka Kansai Japan over a wide range of time and space. Especially Eichun, which is in charge of the student symposium, is also participating, but the association is running a program called Team Expo 2025, which aims to create an ideal future society together with a variety of participants. On the Team Expo 2025, we will have a chance to display particularly excellent projects as a best practice at the expo venue and disseminate them to the world. Under such circumstances, the student symposium was held today, 849 days before the expo, to hold the expo and to achieve the SDGs. This is valuable opportunity for everyone to share that you can do, and I look forward to your presentations. It is my sincere hope that today's announcement will serve as an opportunity for your activities to lead to major change in the society. We, Japan Association for Expo 2025 Osaka Kansai Japan, will continue to support your activities. Finally, I'd like to conclude my remarks by wishing you all the best in your health and success. Congratulations to all of you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sakai. Now, we've heard a lot about the expo as well. Now, to the groups. We have a lot of special groups that came today and will be presenting in the first half of the event. So I'd like to introduce everyone. Maybe just stand up for a second and greet everyone. So the first group is Eichun itself, Mrs. Oike and Mrs. Yoshida. No. Just stand up and like greet everyone. It's okay. Then next up, Honaikude from Osaka Metropolitan University, Komeri Yuto. From Hanoi University of Technology in Vietnam, we have Trong Huy Phu Si. Sorry if I named the. We have from the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology, the Graduate University, Musid Paul Hugo and Igor. From Recolab Kobe, from the Kwansei Gakuin University, Mizumori Ayaha. From the Bandung Institute of Technology in Indonesia, we have Teresna Zahra Zembiring joining us online. Thank you. From the Hanoi University of Technology in Vietnam, we have Doa Hung Tung. From the Kobe Institute of Computing, Suga Rio. From De La Salle University in the Philippines, we have Quiro Sanko Lorenzo. From the Inochi Wakazo project, Nakazu Nina, which will be joining us later. And last, we have from Regeneration from Kobe University, Uko Norihito. So after introducing everyone, let's get into the main part of the event, which everyone has been looking for.
For the next part, now we have gotten to know everyone a little bit, but let's listen to the groups. For the first group this evening, please welcome A-Chun, the organization of this event. They will showcase their activities while focusing on using music as form of communication. Please come in to the stage.
Nice to meet you all. My name is Yoshida Karin. My major is Spanish.
I'm Oike Nono. My major is Vietnamese. We are members of JUN, an official student organization of Osaka University. We are going to give a presentation on the theme of Bring the World Together with Music. First, let me explain what HN is. HN is a student organization that plans to promote international exchange through music. We started our activity since October 2020 with only 4 students from Osaka University and established as an organization on April 2021. Today, however, we have 42 domestic members and have been interacting with more than 10 countries. Today, there are a lot of difficulties in the world. War, conflict, discrimination, disparity, poverty, and so on. We feel that the world is getting more and more divided from these causes. And besides of this, few months after the appearance of COVID-19, the whole world have faced the pandemic. Travel restrictions or restrictions on going out and stress from these have made this division worse. Each person or country has struggled separately in such a situation. Why cannot we unite, even in front of common barrier? We have cherished this question since the beginning of the pandemic, and we have decided on unity. To our philosophy, after 3 months of discussions with students from 6 different countries around the world. Unity is a concept of ideal society where people respect each other regardless of the difference in their nationalities and backgrounds. Don't you think that in a society that internationally divided as today, we need to realize unity? Next, we will explain the relationship between unity and SDGs. Do you know this chart? This chart represents the level of seriousness of 70 goals in Japan in 2022. The closer the background is to red, the less the goal has been achieved. The 70th goal is partnerships for the goals, and its back is red. This means that we must strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. From this, you can reconfirm the importance of realization of unity. In our activities, we work together with Emot, which is a startup company from Osaka University. Emot provides a tune for Paroton. It is a new electronic musical instrument that is easy and intuitive to play, so we can create many opportunities for everyone to feel free to interact through music, even if they are not good at or haven't experienced playing any music instruments.
As a specific means of using both keywords and Paroton, we hold eSymphony. eSymphony is an online orchestra with students from 100 countries, and eSymphony welcomes everyone, regardless of age, race, nationality, or gender. We are aiming to hold it at the Expo 2025, Osaka, Kansai, Japan. From here, we will introduce some specific initiatives. Play eSymphony was held on September 8, 2022. Some members of the ACHUN visited the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology to connect to Osaka University, OIST, Vietnam, and Thailand. And they studied how to use the delay in online orchestras by conducting it. Here are the pictures from playing symphonies. The day before yesterday, December 14th, eSymphony for 2022 first season was held at the Osaka City Central Public Hall, and we tried some eSymphonies as a rehearsal for the Expo 2025. An orchestra with students of other countries, an orchestra with domestic students and groups, an orchestra with audience. And then we are able to appear on the first performance ceremony of the Osaka City Central Public Hall projection mapping. この星の続きを is a song of Japanese artist Kobukuro. And Expo 2025 Osaka Kansai Japan official theme song. In the orchestra with domestic students and groups, we perform this song. So see how we perform this song. our activities can contribute for SDGs goals. First, goal number 4, quality education, and goal number 10, reduce the inequality. We should ensure inclusive and equitable quality education, promote lifelong learning for all, and reduce inequality within and among countries under these goals. By holding eSymphony and international interactions, HUN have realized this. Next, Goal 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. We need to promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development and provide access to justice for all and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels under these goals. We think this is the realization of unity itself. Lastly, goal number 17, partnerships for the goals. It means we need to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnerships for sustainable development. As we mentioned earlier, it is the importance of achieving unity for all SDGs goals. HUN will continue to do our best to create a society with unity, not division. That's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for the presentation. And if you have any questions, please note down and ask them after when the free talk will. And the next presentation will given by the group of Honaikude, which will be participating in Expo 2025. They consist of students from many different universities and are working to design the future society we will live in. Please come to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to be here to tell you about our group. My name is Yuto Komori. I'm a member of Honaikude. And I'm a first grade student of Osaka Metropolitan University. Now, I will tell you about what our group aims at for Expo 2025, SDGs, and Unity. Before that, you may think, what is Honaikude? So I will introduce our group. Honaikude is in Japanese words. In English, let's go. So, as HUN is a student group of Osaka University for Expo 2025, Honaikude is also a student group of Osaka Metropolitan University for Expo 2025. Ida Group Holdings and Osaka Metropolitan University officially decided to exhibit on the pavilion, and we joined there. In addition, Osaka Metropolitan University has a mission, and our group participates in it. Our university is in Osaka, Japan, and a public university by Osaka Prefecture Government and Osaka City Government. Here is a Yumeshima in Osaka Prefecture. So, as located it and founded it in the host city, we play a central role in the student side to boost Expo 2025. Now, you may know that a university exhibit on the pavilion, so I will explain about what we aim at. For Expo 2025, first, we share our ideas with the world from the student side. Second, we realize fantastic, incredible, and amazing ideas. We want to create those ideas, non-conformist, of social crime, tradition, and common sense. Next, anyway, under the current situation, SDGs are remarked in the world. Many national and local governments, companies, and people are taking action to achieve the SDGs goals. We, our university, student group, also participate in the SDGs project. So how can we, as students, contribute to the SDGs? If we are to figure out how to contribute, we need to establish a single point of the passage. Yes, it is called a common goal. We also need a place to work with many people. When people interact with each other, students with other students, other university students, students with adults, and with various other people, other national people, ideas that could not have been conceived alone are born. In reality, however, such an environment is very, very difficult to set up. However, the 2025 Expo will provide the environment we have been hoping for to create new values and products. People from all over the world will come to the stage of Yumeshima, and the latest technology will also gather there. So there is no better setting than this stage, we think, when we regard. The unexpected ideas generated at this stage will surely become a major item to realize the SDGs. By working towards the Expo with you and everyone who is watching over the screen, we can achieve the 70th target of the SDGs in no time. And this, together with all of you, will lead to the achievement of the other targets. We hold workshop events in many places before 2025 to involve many people, not only adults, but students. Also, we cooperate with other students, university groups. We desire to talk with you. Finally, the World Expo is nothing more than a turning point for the future society. Let's review the concept of Expo 2025. It is People's Living Lab, a laboratory for the future society. And we regard as the Expo 2025 passing point for the future after the 2025. We will continue to take on challenges challenges at this huge experimental site, and even now until the World Expo 2025. As Aichun said before, in the world is very complex, complicated, and serious problem. The world and nation and people are facing very serious problem. So we do not work, we have to stop that division. And we have to realize the unity. To realize the SDGs and unity, Osaka Metropolitan University and our groups, our students, will continue to take on challenges. Everyone, let's go. Honaikure. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for your presentation. If you have any questions, please note them down and ask them after the presentation is all over. For the next section, C will talk about our concept of artificial world, a place where everything we use can be recycled and dependencies on the natural resources are dramatically reduced.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Chung Huy Phu Sĩ. I'm from Hanoi, Vietnam, and currently studying in Hanoi University of Science and Technology. My major is in pharmaceuticals, chemicals, and pesticide technologies, and also have a background of chemical engineering. So currently, like everybody else can know that our Earth is like suffering from many severe damages that we have done because of our needs in energy, source of energies, foods and materials. And my idea is like an artificial world. Here's the artificial world, a habitat with no borders. And my presentation now has 4 parts: introductions, chemical engineering's role in forming artificial world, effects of it, and the conclusions. So let's begin. What is artificial world like? We can imagine it is a place that everything we produce, we use, we consume that can be recycled, and through that we can lower down the amount of emissions and waste that we produce. And also we can also be independent in various of aspects like food, materials, and energy also. Here's the example for the habitat that we can make. It's like the on the Mars. And next, what is the role of chemical engineering in making it? So in chemical engineering, we focus in study and discovering new materials for many aspects of human, like energy, food, building materials, agriculture, etc. And we aim to provide or improve the ability of recycling or the efficiencies of it, so we can reduce the emissions and the waste of it. And we can also develop new pharmaceuticals products that we can use to cure the disease of people and disease of agricultures and pets and many animals. And here is some of the example of the process that we can recycle. Here is we can see the electrified vehicle motor that use rare earth elements. We can recycle it back to its original state, and we can use it like infinitely. And here's the example of the waste gas treatment diagram. As we can know, waste gas is emissions, and it is everywhere on the world in the agriculture, on the process that we raise the animals and plants. We can, this is the treatment diagram of it. And also the example for plastic recycling. Everywhere is plastic. We can use it again, reuse it many times of it, so we can reduce the waste of it. Next, so the effects of artificial world. We can control the weather. So since it's like the habitat is separated from the earth, we can control the weather of it. We can have unlimited source of energy. The people in that habitat can be all connected through to Society 5.0, and we can even help reverse some of the damages of the earth caused by global warming, and we can help colonizing other planets by this kind of habitat or by an artificial world. So in the conclusions, through building or through forming this kind of habitat, we can realize unity in these situations where everyone can work together, or the cooperations of it can help us realize unity. Yeah. Across the globe, everyone have to work together to achieve this. And also, we can empower people, or we can understand that this artificial world can be even more powerful with the enhancement of Society 5.0, where no one leaves behind and everyone is connected and empowered to, in order to help humanity evolve stronger and even better. And that's it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. It is so surprised that you can connect unity into your majoring subject. And the next, coming up next, the OIST, the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology Graduate University. They will present 10 very interesting environmental projects they have been working on it, and give us a comment about the problems that improper scientific communication can cause. Yes.
This is OIST coming to Osaka University. While the campus itself is very nice, I still have to say I prefer the view that we have in our own campus, but the weather also somewhat warmer in Okinawa, as Igor is demonstrating proudly. But we're also having a good time with the colder weather once in a while.
And before Hugo goes into actual scientific questions and what OIST is doing for SDGs, I'll just quickly say that for those who don't know, OIST is a graduate international university, and even those people who are on the slide, and unfortunately Hiroki is not today with us, but he's here in spirit. We represent a very multicultural background, me being from Latvia, Hugo from France, and Naima supporting us from Spain and United States of America.
Thank you, Igor. All right, so again, everyone welcome, or as we say in Okinawa, Chu Uganabira, that's Uchinaguchi. So, as those of you who have been to Okinawa may know already, Okinawa is quite famous for its pottery and all of the clay items that it makes, including the very famous Shisa statues, as well as the clay tiles, because the island itself is covered in this type of clay that is called red soil. Now, OIST itself is actually built on top of some red soil, so it's literally, and I'm not exaggerating, everywhere on the island. A lot of agricultural land is actually using some of that red soil, and that's becoming recently somewhat of an issue, because in seasons of heavy rain and flooding, which, as a side note, is something that is accelerated by climate change, so it's gonna get even worse with time. Another thing to look out for, unfortunately. In these times of flooding, the land that is used, the red soil land that is used for agriculture, is very susceptible to that type of flooding, and so the water is going to carry that red soil all the way down, all the way down to the oceans. Now, this is obviously a big problem for Okinawan ocean specifically, because, by the way, this is me diving. This is a big problem for the Okinawan oceans specifically because it contains a vast amount of corals. And as all of you may know, corals need a lot of sunlight in order to grow. And they are a symbiotic life form, but it doesn't matter too much for the prospects of this presentation. So when the red clay goes into the water in the Okinawan Ocean, the water gets very turbid, and so it can be very harmful for the corals. So some people at OIST, and actually in other places in Okinawa, have tried to come up with solutions in order to fight that. And one of the solutions, which might appear surprising at first, is actually the use of honeybees. Now, some of these agricultural lands in Okinawa are not used anymore, but they still carry a lot of red soil into the ocean. Now, one solution that future years will show whether it's an effective solution or not, that can be very helpful in that, and that is currently being applied in Okinawa, especially the areas around Oist, is that some of the lands that are not used for farming anymore, but are still, as you can see, just barren fields, can be transformed into flower meadows by using honeybees. Now, the advantages of these can be twofold. The first one is that by using honeybees, you're going to increase the biodiversity that is found on any plot of land, and a land that contains very diverse forms of plants, flowers, and other forms of life is much more resistant to flooding and water-induced damages than a plot of land that is used in monoculture, such as farming, for example. So these bees can have the advantage of reducing red soil runoff in Okinawa, and the second advantage is that this is also an economically viable solution for some of the farmers, because the byproduct of these bees, as all of you probably know, is honey, and honey can be sold, which is a very good thing for the farmers in Okinawa, because they are among the poorest sociocultural category of population in Okinawa, which is, on top of that, Okinawa is the poorest prefecture in Japan. So the advantages can be really good on that. Now, this is just one of the projects that are happening in and around Oist, and Igor is going to talk about some others that are happening as well.
ありがとうございます。Our university in Okinawa is a bit special that it doesn't have any department. And there are separate units that focus on a particular project that they specialize in. And one of them, which I'm at the moment thank you so much. One of them is generating more sustainable, scalable solar cells to harvest solar energy. That becomes more and more relevant these days. As you probably know, the current war that is happening caused a big shock in energy market. And one of those cells is called perovskite cells. That's not really my background, though I've done physics. But the idea is that we're using less expensive materials compared to silicon that is used in the conventional solar cells. So that allows us to produce cheaper and even more efficient cells than the silicon ones. Like of the kind of these, and I'm trying to make them wonderful. And this is a very nice square that you can see, and you've probably seen these cells previously. On the small scales, this material works very well. However, we still need to work on the stability and the scalability for much larger areas, so we can, for example, cover a whole rooftop. But this is an ongoing research that one unit specifically targets at Oist. Nice thing about this material is that you also can make a flexible structures out of it, and that allows you to play with the actual solar cell form. That might look like, oh yes, you can make even a solar cell looking like an Oist logo. And the next one, please. Now, something that is closer to my heart as a biophysicist, want to ask you, have you ever in your life were prescribed antibiotics? Can you please raise your hand if you have? I see Enzo, thank you. Oh yes, there are a couple of people, including myself. Imagine for the second what would have happened if those drugs wouldn't work. And that's one of the issues that we will be facing, unfortunately, in the next years as antimicrobial resistance becomes more and more prominent. So the drugs that we currently have in our arsenal are not working. And that falls under the SDG goals. From my personal research, that's what I partially want to look at. How can we simulate those bugs, bacteria that become invasive and pathogenic, like the ones that you will see in the video played on the top, that occupy some spaces, be it somewhere on the surfaces or within our body, and studying how does the shape of the channels and the places where they grow affects the pathogenic qualities of those bacteria. And unfortunately, the video there in the bottom is not working, but it exactly tries to simulate the experimental setup that you see on the top. I want to finish the presentation with what OIST also tries to promote and currently is doing well for students, is the gender equality. And if you look at the students ratio, we are getting better as there are 40% female students. However, faculty is below 20%, and that's what OIST is currently not that good at. However, with the following years, as by 2023, OIST plans to have 100 members for faculty. They will try to promote equality as much as they can. And now I'll give Hugo the podium to finish the final remarks.
Yeah, sorry for being over time. With that, we're actually completely done. We just wanted to include Hiroki. I don't know why we have sound. Thank you. I just wanted to include Hiroki. That's him. He could not be with us in person. He's here, there. You can give him all of your thoughts. Anyway, thank you guys very much for listening. And I'm giving the podium to whoever is coming next.
Thank you, Hiroki.
Oh.
Thank you for your presentation. It was so fun, and your majoring in is very similar to the SDGs, I think. And for the next LeakCollab, Kobe is a platform based on Kobe, Japan, which students from different universities voluntarily participated in to commit to environmental and social problems. They are going to share a few very interesting projects with us and show us what can happen when you connect people from different environments with each other.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are members of LeakCollab Kobe. So please call it LeakCollab. And today's presenter is Yuka, Daichi, Masanobu, and Ayaha. We all appreciated the opportunity to share our stories and listen to everyone's presentations. We are looking forward to attending this symposium today. First, let us share today's agenda. We will explain what our students' organization is. Secondly, we will share our activities on farmland in the mountain. Lastly, we will connect our activities and relationships with people. So let's begin with the explanation of LeakCollab. LeakCollab means collaborate between people and nature, like mountains and seeds. Seeds centering of Kobe. There are 96 members, and students from various universities gather and carry out activities. There are many activity groups. For example, the SNS marketing team and accessories goods team. From here, we will introduce our activities. First, we would like to talk about our activities in the mountain. Since 2021, we have been developing land in Kita Ward in Kobe City. The land was cultivated before, but due to the lack of working forces, in was not used for approximately 11 years. So at first, there was full of weeds and was not a good place to grow crops, like some vegetables. But now, because of our activities, we are currently growing weeds and a lot of vegetables. So far, we have harvested a lot of things such as barley, soba, vegetables, and sweet potatoes. In this way, we students who do not know agriculture are trying new things with the advice of many people.
Hi. Next, Recoverable is active not only in the mountain but also in the sea. Activities are mainly carried out at the Suma Beach in Kobe City. We are cooperating with Suma Sato Umi no Kai. That is an organization working on to preserve and restore the ecosystem of the Suma coast. We carry out various activities such as planting eelgrass, a type of seaweed, with them. We are also working on a project to renovate a vacant house, which become a place that connects residents and people who come from other regions. We work on cleaning up this space and repairing it to use as a base of the recoverable house. We hope it leads to regional vitalization. We plan to crowdfund this project. Finally, I would like to introduce the recoverable publicity. In addition to the original recoverable homepage, a special website, Kodo, was launched on November 1st of this year. This was realized through collaboration between Kobe City, Asahi Shimbun Company, and Recoverable. Our members create articles and videos under the guidance of a professional. Other SNS include Recoverable's Instagram and Twitter. They are all run by Recoverable's members, and you can check out activities in real time. Please follow and check out our channel.
Now, let's move on to the next topic. As one of the activities mentioned in the first section, we try to do organic agriculture by utilizing abundant farmland. There are a variety of crops such as barley, edamame, soba, tomatoes, potatoes, and so on. None of the students had enough knowledge of agriculture. To make matters worse, the land was not suited for agriculture. However, we did our best to revitalize the abundant land. Considering a tip from a local farmer, we decided to plant barley as a first crop to see if it is truly possible to revitalize the farm. Even though we heard barley was relatively easy to grow, it was very difficult for students with no experience and knowledge to grow it. Without using pesticides, we attempted to do many things and sometimes failed. In winter, people intentionally step on barley to strengthen the barley. We also followed this habit, but it made barley weak because we overstepped on it. Therefore, when we finally succeeded in producing crops after many failures, we were filled with a feeling of accomplishment. We produced many kinds of crops after this success, and we are still seeking a way to utilize the farmland at maximum. Taking care of nature properly by humans contributed to biodiversity and nature conservation.
Next, I will introduce Recovers Unity. Recovers Unity is connecting people who have different backgrounds and or ages through our activities. I would like to explain why we could create people relationships through our activities. Because Reclub accepts anyone as our member, not only students from various universities, but also people who have already graduated from school and enjoyed harvesting together. Also, the students and local farmers cooperated to produce the barley for the first time, trying to reuse the abandoned farmland. And another example is interacting with local children at the event in Kitayan Park in Kobe. At that event, we displayed the creature caught on the farm and provided crops that we harvest to amuse the children. At that moment, we felt we could commit to our community with our activities, and there are more things that we can do for people's happiness. This means that the students got a precious opportunity to interact with people they do not meet daily and vice versa. Thus, our farmland became abandoned farmland to where people of different backgrounds or ages gather and interact. In conclusion, Reclub plays a key role in realizing a better future by protecting nature and generating relationships between a story beyond university and generation. Using abandoned farmland is related to SDGs number 14, Life Below Water, and SDGs number 15, Life on Land, as well as SDGs number 17, Partnerships for the Goals. Compared with what organizations and corporations are doing, our effect on our planet is very small, but this stepping stone is necessary for a better future, I think. We are going to keep on doing what we can do for achieving SDGs. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. And from now on, we will get the rest. And this is for the first half of the presentation. Thank you very much, all presenter. And we will get the break until 15:30, like after 18 minutes from here. Thank you very much.